White supremacy was never just about black people. It was always about making white bodies subservient. From the very beginning, black people were used as the public canvas upon which the ruling class painted its power, to remind poor whites what defiance looked like and where it ended. The oppression of black people was never just punishment, it was performance. A performance for white audiences, a spectacle of control, a warning shot to every white man and woman struggling to feed their family. Fall in line. This could be you, but it won't because you're white. And that is how the leash is fastened. Not with force, but with fantasy. Poor whites were promised exemption from the pain inflicted on black people. Not power, just immunity. Not liberation, just proximity to the whip, not beneath it. Black bodies were made into pawns to keep poor whites from revolting. Their suffering was offered as proof of the ruling class's mercy towards those who complied. Racism didn't give poor white people power, it gave them a costume. A synthetic sense of superiority borrowed from a system that hated them too. Racism became a myth, a story, a birthright, something to be proud of, because nothing else in their world made them feel strong. Not their jobs, not their pay, not their homes, not their future. So they wrapped themselves in a flag made of delusion and grievance and called it heritage. But ask them this: what power did your daddies have? What land or companies did they own? What wealth did they pass down? What glory are you really preserving? Because for most, the truth is this: they were just as poor as the blacks, just as used, just as traps. Their only inheritance was a lie of whiteness, a mask sold to them by the rich to keep them from seeing their own chains. The irony of white supremacy is that it was never designed to make white people stronger. It was designed to make everyone else weaker. But systems of oppression have a fatal flaw. If the oppressed survive, they come out stronger than their oppressors. Imagine two kids in gym class. The black kid has to do 15 push-ups to pass the class. The white kid only needs to do 5. It's easier for the white kid to pass the class, but who ends up stronger? Now, multiply that across every arena: education, business, housing, healthcare, politics. Now stretch it across 400 years. That's America. The very myth of white superiority created a system that forced black, brown, indigenous, and immigrant bodies to adapt, overcome, and evolve. Meanwhile, poor white people were sedated by the proximity to power they never hold. They were told, you're better because you're white. They weren't giving tools, they were given a lie. A lie so comforting, they never learned to compete. A lie so seductive, they never learned to grow.